this is to show you exactly what you can do with your photos. So you've got tools in your iPad that can help you create marks and colors and all sorts of things. And these tools are pencil, pen, rubber, and you've got colors you can choose as well. So all you do is click on your markup. This little thing that you've seen will pop up, this thing here, and you can make your marks more transparent, thicker or thinner. And you can see I've created a mark on this persimmon, and that's with the pencil tool. And I keep choosing different things and different colors from the color bar, and then I can just create whatever color I want to try and match up to what I'm doing. So in this composition here, there are a few things I want to change or increase the colors with, because when you're looking at your actual subject matter, it's very different to the photo. So I can actually take a photo with my iPad and then try and match the colors more to life than if I were just taking a photo. So I can actually give myself a more realistic idea of what the colors want to look like, and I can also change whatever colors I want to create a design of color. So I keep going back to the toolbar and changing colors to see what matches and what doesn't, and what colors are more, I think, relevant to what I'm wanting to achieve. So for instance, in the shadow areas, I can create bluer, warmer, well, not warmer, but bluer, cooler shadows if I want. So this is me trying to find a shadow color to put into the shadows. The differences are quite subtle and you won't notice them. I can't show you me actually doing them on the pencil because I'm taking a screen video here. But you will see how I'm doing the background now. I'm just trying a blue background to see what will happen. So that's with the pencil, that's quite subtle. And I'll take that blue and I'll work into the shadows a little bit to try and blue them up as well, so that I create a contrast between the fabric. At this stage here, I'm just getting rid of that persimmon at the back. I'm using the marker tool and just covering it up, and I can keep going over it, as you can see with the grays. And the marker tool will give you an uneven background as you are going over and over again. You can see what's happening there. But then I can easily come over that with a pencil and just create a nice solid background. But this is how you can manipulate your photos. So on your iPhone or your iPad, you can play around with different colors to try and design your composition. So here I'm making that background darker to see what it looks like with the marker. And it's quick. It's like doing a thumbnail sketch, but with your photo already there and without having to draw it all up. So it's absolutely an amazing tool just to get an idea of what you want to change. And for instance, if you've got a painting that you've done and you want to try a different background, well, you just take a photo and you actually can just draw another color background in and see what it looks like. It's really fantastic. So here I'm using the pencil to draw over that background area and to get a nice strong horizon line and to see what happens with that contrast. You can use your finger too if you don't have a pencil, and it'll give you just won't get very well. You will get good results. You can actually blow the photo up and use your finger, which makes it easier. But when you're working smaller, it's difficult. So here I'm just darkening and darkening, going back and just seeing how dark I actually want it. Again, just changing colors. There I've just gone for a darker grey. And then I can sort of see what that looks like from a contrast point of view and decide whether that's what my design needs, is that background contrast. If I want to come and take it all off, I decide I don't like it, I just get the eraser and it'll take it all off straight away. So I'm choosing the pencil here again. You'll see it just pops up on the little bar that comes. And now I'm lightening it up, thinking, well, maybe that's too dark. And it's just experimental. It's not to produce art from it, it's just to see what your painting would look like. So I thought maybe it needed to be a little bit bluer instead of so grey. So I've chosen a sort of greeny blue colour, and I can see I'm putting it on that horizon line just to maybe create that contrast a little bit more between the reds and the blues and oranges. So here you can see I'm actually editing now. I'm editing the size, cropping, and there's a cropping tool on the sidebar there, and I can just crop in from either side, pull that background in less, and decide how much foreground I want and how much background I want, and create that composition for all the elements to work properly. Here I take out the white pencil, and I'm going to try and change that background color back to the color of the tablecloth. And you can see me trying to do that. And I'm just going right over that dark background with the white pencil, just to see what it would look like without that black background, or no background at all, just continuing the tablecloth color right the way through. I just keep going over it until I get the desired consistency of light that I want. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it's just got to give me that idea of whether I prefer this composition or the composition of the dark background. And as you can see, I'm even lightening the back of that tablecloth area because I want to increase the light in that area. So I'm just playing light against dark to try and just make that real contrast happen between the back persimmon and the light of the fabric and then the darks of the shadows. And that can become my main compositional elements. So here I'm choosing the orange and the red tools, and I'm just smoothing over those persimmons. You can see I'm actually creating a much smoother texture in that last persimmon, and going over those shadow colors in the front persimmon to try and get those colors as real as I can see them. The color charts here don't give you a huge variety of color, but it gives you enough to get the right tone and color, and you can see how I've smoothed those over with the right shadow colors, but still bringing in that luminosity I was looking for, that I was actually seeing. So darkening a little bit as well. Just creating a more realistic color in that front one. Hopefully this has given you an idea of what's possible and how you can really create your compositions as you please.